Now on CoastTV News.
Dunkin final site plan approved. How some people think a national coffee shop will affect the town of Milton.
And we are seeing temperatures in the 60s this morning, on our way to highs in the mid to upper 60s. I'm tracking some cool days and cold nights ahead.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Brandon Ferguson. Welcome to CoastTV News Midday. The Milton Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously voted in favor of the final site plans presented for Dunkin Donuts. The drive-through store would be at 403 Broadkill Road, but some people we spoke to who live in Milton have mixed opinions on what the new store could bring to the town, other than the obvious, coffee.
I understand there's a demographic that is bummed because of that, but I also think growth is it's inevitable, so we might as well embrace it.
How are they getting out from there up back onto 16? What's that going to do with the traffic on 16?
The Planning and Zoning Commission approval is the next step in the effort to bring a Dunkin to Milton that began last year. The Dunkin is the latest business that could change the look of Broadkill Road in Milton. Dairy Queen is also moving forward with plans to build nearby. Late last year, as you can see, McDonald's held its grand opening on a site in the Milton Cedar Creek Business Park. And in this same area, a Royal Farms is on track for construction. And we're now going to take a live look outside into a beautiful shot there in Rehoboth Beach, and bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Brandon. Yes, we are seeing plenty of sunshine out there. We had a few light showers overnight with the passage of a cold front. We're at 66 right now in Ocean View. Winds are out of the west-northwest, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. We'll get those temperatures up to around 66 to 67 by the afternoon. So we're looking at seasonable high temperatures across the area today. Right now we're at 64 in Milton, 62 in Harrington, 64 Laurel, and 65 in Salisbury. Right now we're seeing wind gusts anywhere between about 10 to 15 miles an hour. These winds will pick up a bit through the afternoon, gusting as high as 25 to near 30 miles an hour. We're seeing clear skies. There's the front. We're now well off the coast. You can see the showers and rain pushing up into New England, and we are seeing plenty of sunshine through the day today. So seasonable temperatures, mid to upper 60s. Tonight we fall back into the upper 30s to low 40s, and we see even cooler air arrive as we go into Thursday and Friday. We're looking at highs in the lower 60s, and then we talk about some frosty starts to the day, including Friday morning as well as Saturday morning. So making your way out, maybe grabbing a pumpkin this afternoon. Looking very nice out there with temperatures rising to around 67 degrees. We'll talk more about the rest of the week and a nice, cool, dry weekend ahead in that full 7-day forecast. Brandon.
Thank you, Chris. The Lewis Board of Public Works wants to upgrade its wastewater treatment. How they do it is the continuing challenge. The BPW explored a partnership with both Rehoboth Beach and Sussex County, but due to archaeological findings and Rehoboth Beach eventually rejecting a deal, the board has had to regroup. We expect to get a better understanding of the long-range plan at its meeting this afternoon. Also in Lewis, we could see action for tree planting at the New Road Farm Field. Mayor Amy Marasco and members of the City Council are considering a grant application through the Delaware Forestry Service. The city is looking to plant trees on 20 acres of former farmland to increase resiliency. Under the plan, Lewis is responsible for 10% of the cost, which is just under $11,000. If the city gets the grant, it hopes to begin tree planting in the spring of 2026. DelDOT says a speed camera along Route 1 near Lewis is now active. It's the first of its kind along the highway, and that gray box you see on your screen right there, that's the camera. It sits on Route 1 southbound just before the intersection at Conaway Road. It captures the tag number of any vehicle going at least 11 miles or over the speed limit and issues a fine to the driver. Fines start at a base fee of $20 along with an extra $1 for every mile over the posted speed limit and additional speeding fees. If you get caught speeding again, DelDOT says those fines could go up. Drivers in the area were a hit or miss on whether they think the camera is needed.
The speed, I'm just amazed. It's just unbelievable how fast these cars are coming down. And I don't know how to stop it. I'm hoping the cameras do make an impact.
I've only witnessed one accident in the 10 years that I've been here. So I don't think that they're speeding or driving crazy or anything like that. So I don't really think that a traffic camera is necessary.
Now, this is important to note here. DelDOT says no fines will be issued for another 3 weeks in order to let drivers get adjusted to that new camera, and fines will start being issued starting on November 11th. On Tuesday, at its annual meeting, the Delaware Forest Service Invasive Species Council gave updates on the health of the forest. Forest Health Specialist Bill Sebald, who is pictured on the left of your screen there, discussed the science-based impacts of weather. He also highlighted an upcoming study on Delaware's white oak mortality, which would help guide future forest management and conservation efforts. Sebald said beech bark disease and beech leaf disease are continuing to challenge the challenges they are facing in Delaware forest. As Halloween approaches, we're just about a week away. Police across Maryland and Delaware are reminding families to stay safe while having fun. From trunk-or-treat events hosted by police to extra patrols on trick-or-treat routes. Police urge parents to stay with children from house to house, use sidewalks, and check candy. And drivers slow down in neighborhood as little ghosts hit the streets. For more details on those trunk-or-treats hosted by local police and the popular trick-or-treating routes they'll be monitoring, head to CoastTVnews.com and search 2025 Halloween Guide.
Well, we are seeing blue skies out there in Lewis. Temperatures there 63 degrees and plenty of sunshine through the afternoon as we top out in the upper 60s. A gorgeous afternoon ahead. We have Stephen Levine, Lewis, Delaware. You're the winner of our Coast TV weather umbrella. We will talk about some even cooler temperatures in that extended forecast coming up.
But first, an unexpected death of a pony. What the Saltwater Cowboys say caused the death. The unexpected death of a Chincoteague pony sparked a months-long search for answers. Around Labor Day, the volunteer fire company noticed some of the ponies in the southern herd were getting sick, and unfortunately, one pony died from its illness. But the fire company was not sure why. Well, it turns out the watering hole that the ponies use had way too much salt in it, and the island did not get enough rain through August or September to flush it out.
So now that we've had a lot of rain, we've had a nor'easter, we've had a lot of different scenarios, this water's probably fine for them to drink. But back in those days, this was just a little teeny puddle and it was all salt. So this was all dry.
August and September were also cooler months, so the fire company, following past protocols, never filled up the fresh water for the southern herd. But as soon as they realized the watering hole had too much salt, they immediately changed that and have kept the water full ever since. Coming up tonight on DSN at 5 p.m., it's Gunston School at St. Peter's and Paul at field hockey, and at 10:30 p.m., it's the final score. And the main game over on DSN Plus, Delmarva Christian at Salisbury School at 4 p.m. on boys soccer, and at 4:15, girls volleyball, Worcester Prep at Gunston School, and at 5 p.m., girls volleyball, St. Peter's and Paul at Salisbury Christian. And coming up next, Chris Mastrobono's in the First Alert Weather Center, and after the break, here's a full look at your forecast.
Well, we had a few pesky showers in the wee hours of the morning, but that is all behind us, out to sea, and skies are looking pretty nice right now, and really a nice morning out there. Right now 63 in Lewis, and you can see temperatures across the area. We're at 65 Milton, 62 Harrington, 64 in Seaford, and we're at 65 there in Willards. Right now winds not all that bad. We're gusting anywhere between about 10 to 15, but expecting these winds to pick up throughout the afternoon. We have clear skies throughout much of Delmarva through the south. There's our cold front, and there's this big cyclonic feature here, this big area of low pressure over the Great Lakes spinning, and then you have the high to the south here, and that combination, that pressure difference is going to cause some rather strong winds as we go into the afternoon through the evening time frame. We're at 65 in Rehoboth, Folks walking to the beach here, taking it in. Beautiful afternoon it will be with a temperature of 67 in Georgetown, 65 Harrington. We'll see a high of 65 in Denton. Those winds picking up, gusting 20 to 25, 60 in Salisbury this afternoon. So plenty of clear skies through the afternoon and evening. As we go into the overnight, a much colder start. I think we'll see a few upper 30s along that Route 113 corridor early tomorrow morning to lower to mid 40s elsewhere. Then as we go into the afternoon, a mostly sunny day, highs in the low 60s, and then we could see some patchy frost as we go into Friday morning. I think we'll see more mid to upper 30s, especially away west of Coastal Highway as we go into Friday morning. Winds out of the west, gusting 25 to near 30 miles an hour through the afternoon today. So we're going to go into a bit of a cycle here where the winds relax at night. They pick up during the afternoon. Tomorrow could see gusts up to 25. And then as the secondary front comes through late Thursday into Friday, a dry front, we'll see more of a northwest wind flow as we go into Friday. Average high 68. We're going to be right around that today. And then you see the plunge we take. Highs are going to hover around the 60-degree mark. So we're kind of right on par for our first frost of the season. August 23rd, first freeze in Georgetown generally comes in around November 10th. So high pressure is going to virtually move right over us as we go into Friday and Saturday, and that's going to allow for some really nice conditions. So the weekend looking dry. As we go into Sunday, could see a few more clouds roll in. Then there's this bit of uncertainty as we go into the middle part of next week. Could see a feature develop off the Carolinas. How far north does it get remains to be seen. We're also keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Melissa. This system is going to pose big trouble for Jamaica, with this system becoming a Category 3 hurricane into Friday. But you notice from this cone, it doesn't move all that much, and that is not a good sign for those areas. Where does it go into the weekend? Does it pull north? Does it push out to the Atlantic? We'll have to fine-tune that as we continue through the week. Now, you see from the Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10-day precip outlook looks rather above normal, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how things develop through next week. But the good news is we stay dry for the remainder of the week, a nice autumn-like weather pattern as we go into the weekend, 60 degrees, and then we see temperatures right in the upper 50s by the early part of next week. Brandon.
Looking good, Chris. Thank you there. And here's what you can look forward to later this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Halfway through the week and maybe you need a little midweek pick-me-up. That's what we're here for with Coast Life. And if you join us today at 4 o'clock, here's what's coming your way. We've got a sweet little kitten to introduce you to. And not just the kitten, but why foster programs are so important, especially with our friends at the Brandywine Valley SPCA. We're also going to introduce you to Miss DMV of the Eastern Shore. And we're also going to be showing you a delicious salmon dish that makes not only a great dinner, but also some great leftovers. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
In 2024, the usual operation of the McGee family farm in southern Sussex County took a rather unusual turn as an industry-wide fungal disease kept the farm from selling their strawberries. The farm shared the steps were taken for the next season to make sure their strawberries are ready to eat once again. However, without one of their top crops, the farm's finances took a hit this season.
And we're a farm since 1865, so that's 160 years. And I would say probably strawberries have been grown here for that long. Last year we didn't grow strawberries. So we did see a big difference in our income.
McGee says by mid-spring 2026, the farm should have strawberries ready to be picked. Coming up, school cell phone ban study, a few new facts that might surprise you. Cell phone bans in schools are becoming more common, but do they really make an impact? A new study published in the National Bureau of Economic Research examined the effects of cell phone bans in one Florida school district. Researchers supported an initial spike in suspensions after the bans were put in place, which could have been an adjustment period for students, but the findings suggest the bans led to a significant decrease in unexcused absences. On top of that, students' test scores improved significantly in year 2 of the bans. Travis Kelce is investing in fun. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end announced he joined an investment firm, Jana Partners, to buy a big chunk of Six Flags. They got a 9% stake in the company worth about $200 million. Jana Partners is an activist investment firm. That means it's likely to try to influence how the company is run For Kelsey, it's personal. He grew up in Cleveland, about 65 miles from Cedar Point, and says he's an amusement park lover. And that's Travis Kelsey for you, Chris, not Jason.
The brother. As we take a live look into Laurel, mostly sunny skies there. Temperature 64 degrees, and we are going to see plenty of sunshine through the afternoon as we top out in the mid to upper 60s, and those winds picking up as well. You get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert Weather phone. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next. Well, it's a beautiful midweek here on Delmarva. Mostly sunny skies through the afternoon. Highs topping out in the upper 60s. Will fall to 59 by around 7. A cold night. I think some areas away from the coast will fall into the upper 30s into Thursday. Highs are going to be in the low 60s Thursday and Friday. Some patchy frost by Friday morning. And we are looking at high temperatures staying in the low 60s through the weekend. And looking very nice for Sea Witch kicking off there on Friday, 61. And overall, we're going to hover right around that 60-degree mark into early next week. And the good news is we stay dry at least through the middle part of next week.
Yeah, looking good. 60s on Saturday for Sea Witch Parade, the festival starting that day. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
We got a few things. We got about less than a minute, less than 30 seconds here. How many home runs Game 1 World Series?
Man, I mean, they've been doing pretty good. I think we'll get like 4 or 5 home runs. Guerrero, Ohtani, Springer, maybe.
We'll have to put that in. We'll see what comes out with that. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Don't forget to join us at Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.